Apex Legends, one of the most influential Battle Royale game and arguably the best Battle Royale game out there. Great gunplay, great flow of gameplay, great story, and being the successor of the Titanfall series, great movement as well. Everyone should have known this by now, but Apex Legends is great. Now, as a live service game, Apex Legends would have to monetize their game as well, since the game is free to play and all. Unsurprisingly, cosmetics is the way to go, just like millions of other live service games as well. But to separate Apex Legends to other games is one thing that gets people riled up and makes players' wallets empty. These are known as heirlooms. These melee weapons that you normally see on live streams on websites like Twitch or even in-game are what we refer to as heirlooms. Even though these heirlooms don't add damage to your punches, they add a flair of coolness in your gameplay, basically making you one of the cool kids in-game. Furthermore, since Apex Legends is a class-based shooter as well, just like Team Fortress 2 or Overwatch, heirlooms are different per character, and each heirloom is well crafted and designed to suit the flair, characteristic, and the background story of each character. Heck, I even thought the Watson heirloom is executed really well, even though it is one of the worst heirlooms ever made. So, needless to say, heirlooms are the most celebrated part of Apex Legends, and each coming season will always look over events to see which character will get their heirlooms next. Imagine what Horizon's heirloom will be. Oh, what will Fuse have? Considering his gimmick is exploding grenade oh wait, why is it Ray's heirloom but red? Yeah, you'd probably see this a mile away, but we need to talk about collection events, most notably the contents of the collection events itself. Collection event is an in-game event that celebrates some kind of theming with newly released cosmetics. Typically, there are 24 cosmetic items, 12 legendaries, and 12 epic, plus one more grand prize, usually being a newly released heirloom. Buying 24 of the cosmetic items, either from buying them individually or by the special Apex pack, will grant you that heirloom. So far, it's a pretty solid concept for monetization for a free-to-play game. But we won't be here if there's no catch to the collection events. Here are the problems. Number 1. The skins that are required to unlock the heirlooms are uninspired filler and recolors prior to the newest collection events. Previous collection events have cool skins, I have to admit, but as time goes, the skins, while they're still good, their value starts to degrade since we all realize they are used as fodders to rack up the price of the heirloom. Furthermore, as of this collection event, the skins are blatantly recolors, and they even admitted it by making the cost of crafting them half of the usual. These skins cost a lot, but the effort in making them degrades over time, making them lazy cash grab, in which we appreciate the return of great skin designs, but we would rather pay the effort from skin designers to make us new products. Also, they've established themselves that recolor skins should be able to be bought using legend tokens, which is a farmable currency through level up as long as you have the original skin. So for those who already have the skin will feel cheated. Number 2. Some small honorable mentions in tandem with the previous point. Each item in the collection event costs 700 coins, which translates to $7 per item. And I'm pretty sure you guys thought these are expensive, especially with the aforementioned problem of skins being a recolor. And then, the collection event items apparently have to contain some filler nonsense that everyone does not care about at all. For example, weapon charms, banners, emotes, and most infuriatingly, holo sprays. I don't care, you don't care, remove them from the pool. Number 3, and is the most obvious problem prior to the last collection event, the heirloom itself. Currently, there are 2 ways of getting an heirloom, that is either from Apex packs, either from locking it out, or by opening up to 500 packs to get an heirloom shard, or just simply buy those heirlooms from the collection event. The catch is, the heirloom in the collection event will mostly be guaranteed to be the newly released heirloom instead of simply heirloom shards, with the exception of anniversary events that give you heirloom shards instead. For those who don't know, heirloom shards allow you to pick which pre-existing heirlooms to get. and with the freedom of choice, you can freely select the character that you use a lot over other characters. So if you want an old pre-existing heirloom like for example Bloodhound's axe or Octane's butterfly knife, well, tough luck kid, buy 500 packs or just luck it out for a hit. Which comes to the problem of the newest collection event's heirloom, the new recolor of Rai's kunai. While it is great that they reintroduce old heirlooms to a collection event for players who haven't got the chance to get Rai's kunai, that move is only in service of one spectrum of players. Because you see, introducing not the old heirloom but a new heirloom that is a recolor blooms a lot more problems. While you can argue whether or not the new heirloom looks good or not, you can't argue that the recolor heirloom shows how lazy they are with the production of the heirlooms. Ever since the introduction of heirlooms and the collection events, there's an established expectation that collection events have to introduce at least one new heirloom per season. And those heirlooms are for different characters. So considering the time gap needed to produce those heirlooms and the amount of character in the game, giving a character a second one feels like cheating, and everyone, especially those who like the new characters, will feel cheated. So it shows that they'd rather take the lazy cash grab way to make money in the service of the players. And this entails what the future of Apex Legends will hold. Like it or not, there will eventually be a recolor of Bloodhound's heirloom, or Octane's heirloom, or even everyone's heirloom before a new original heirloom is produced for new characters. There will be more heirloom skins, which I'm pretty sure Lifeline is next, before the newer characters get their heirlooms, and that just sucks. Apex Legends is my favorite battle royale game, currently my favorite first-person shooter to play with friends, and it sucks to see the game die just because of the monetization scheme. As much as I know that people still enjoy Overwatch 2 and that it will not die out sooner or later, I have tapped out of that game because it is unhealthy with its baffling monetization scheme. So as a fan of Apex Legends, these are my proposed solution, or at the very least, to damage control the problem of the collection event. First and foremost, stop with the recolors. This goes to both skins and heirlooms. No one asked for a recolor of Rai's kunai. Well, at least I didn't, so stop doing these kinds of stuff. Focus on designing new and original heirlooms for new characters. Heck, if you wanted to make new heirlooms for characters that already had an heirloom, at the very least, make them new weapons and not only a recolor of pre-existing heirlooms. This at the very least will show players that you don't go for an easy cash grab way of monetization. If you don't have enough creative manpower to think about new heirlooms, hire freelancer artists from the internet. There are a lot of artists in the world that possibly are also passionate about the game as well. This gives the game more depth in the design aspect and also gives the artist opportunity to expand as an artist. It's a win-win situation. The next damage control that I can think of is stop with the Japanese theme events or battle pass. As of now, I think there are like 3 events and battle passes, or even more, that have the Japanese theme on it. Whether it could be the samurai theme from historical Japan, or the anime theme with their crossover skins. These are great. Heck, I even regretted missing the Revenant Eva skin. But I think the Japanese theme has overstayed its welcome. Other themes for the next collection event would be fun. Following the example of Overwatch 2, they had a battle pass with the Greek mythology theme, and right now the Japanese mythology. Give us something that are not stale and samey cosmetics, and people might make fun of you less for selling more recolors. My third suggestion would be to overhaul how the collection event works. I can only imagine the safest way to overhaul the collection event is giving the choice of either the newly released heirloom or an heirloom shard for you to pick which pre-existing heirlooms that you wanted. This gives people incentive to actually finish collection events for the heirlooms that they actually wanted, not just random characters' heirlooms that they rather not use in the end because they don't like playing said character. This is probably a good solution as well regarding the other skins being felt like fillers, because you can decide which collection events that you personally like the skins, so that you can get the skins and the heirloom that you like. And last but not least, probably one of the most extreme and probably not gonna be greenlit by EA, stop everything and focus on balance changes. Recently, the class system change that was implemented through this season is a nice balance change, and not gonna lie, I really wanted something like that to be implemented again with other aspects of the game, like the guns or even the ring system. Furthermore, I think the character balance is also still infuriatingly unbalanced, like some of the strongest characters are overpowered while the weakest feel weak and bad to play. I remember recently before Season 16, the patch notes for legend balance changes are basically non-existent, and that is when Seer is infuriatingly overpowered. I think it's time to shake things up a bit with more rebalances to those things. All in all, we want the game to be taken care of better and not just be a lazy cash cow for the company. We love this game, we wanted this game to be better, and I think to make it better, you need to realize that you messed up with this collection event. Your sales number for the event might say otherwise, but we the players fear for what this collection event entails. That's why we take action like this. I am certain that devs won't be taking this as a criticism or even watch this. Hey, I'm just one guy, but I feel like I have done my part to criticize what I love for the better. The only first-person battle royale shooter that I enjoyed playing, Apex Legends.